There's something that's really cracking me up, and it really needs to be reformed. Our medical health systems are really bad. You know, these huge conglomerate investment companies have come in and they've bought up hospitals and they put them into one infrastructure all over a city, all over a state, over a couple of states, and they call them a health system or a health network. And the problem is that the people who are running the show are only worried about the money. They're not worried about us. They're not worried about Alysha-Seas. No, they're worried about freaking money. And their systems are debunked. And I really wish that President Trump or JFK Jr. would look into a committee or an office or something that would hold these health networks accountable for especially their billing practices, but also their medical practices. It's like, first, you know, Medicare sets the guideline, right, every year. And I don't know if you know this, but that's the way it is. Medicare is where all the pricing starts from. But Medicare might charge $160 for something that a hospital, I kid you not, will charge up to $3,000 for. Same thing. No different. They don't do anything different. The person's not, different. It's not a special blah, blah, blah. These hospital systems, health networks, and whatever, they're just allowed to charge it. And they charge it to the insurance companies. And then the insurance companies have to hike up their premiums. And we gotta pay it. It's a debunked system. And because it's run by a business entity and not, this is our health. This is our medical. It's like, I don't know, walking into the bank and all the tellers are dressed like clowns. Like, what is this? Some office or something needs to be created to hold all these health networks and hospital systems accountable for their billing practices, for badgering the heck out of people who have long-term or terminal illnesses with overinflated balance bills in states where they're not even allowed at up to 300,000 or 3,000 times the same cost that Medicare charges. That's what these hospital health system network, whatever, are charging. How is it allowed? And the other thing that's really bugging me is, why do all this money go for, like, advancement in cures for cancer, leukemia, muscular dystrophy, all these things, this diabetes, right? And all they do is use that money to come up with more pills to keep those people alive and living miserably, not near the full capacity they could. Why isn't that money put into a cure? Now, we all know the answer to this question, because of money. Pharmaceutical companies rule the damn world. And President Trump has started looking at it, but I don't think to the degree that it should be. The entire health system in the United States needs to be revamped. And people who are honestly disabled, they need help. In foreign countries, everybody's treated the same. Whether you're in or out of work, whether you are a survivor, whether you're disabled, no matter what your health is, they're treated the same. And their benefits are the same. The only difference is if they're younger and they're working, they can pay in, and then they don't have as much of a co-payment or whatever. But everyone is taken care of. Our health system has been so messed up. And the reason being, Biden, whoever, lifting millions of illegal aliens and put them on the same care you and I are trying to get from. Right there is an enormous financial issue that Americans have had to undertake. Sorry, needed a drink. And I'm also absolutely like, okay, I understand that people need who literally cannot work, who don't have the mental or physical or both capabilities to work. I get it. I have a son who's been disabled since he's 14. Like, I understand. I've been through it. But I've also been through people lining pockets, the local and state governments taking money where our insurance was paying for everything, and then they had to pay us back because I was shrewd enough to figure it out. What is wrong in our country that everybody has to have so much money? It's all about the almighty dollar. You know, the Bible tells us that greed, money, greed, that is the biggest and worst challenge that we all face. To stop being so greedy. And I'm sorry, but there are health network systems where I live. They're greedy. It's ridiculous. Horrific. And the care is not worth it. Anyway, just went through this whole gamut trying to get a freaking refill. I called them on Monday. Today is now Friday. Allow up to 72 hours. Do you have enough to last you? Not really. All right, I'll put the message in. Nobody called me. You know, pharmacy didn't tell me. Prescription is there. So I have to log on to their system that their faces are in all day, my chart. And I have to see a message saying that it was freaking declined. I'm like, what? How? A, B, what I'm on, you can't just abruptly stop taking. So, if it were declined, for some reason, you would think a healthcare professional would reach out and say, look, this is what's going on. But nobody called me. There was no communication whatsoever. Look, this is the medical field, right? The biggest money makers in all of our world, I swear. It's not Bitcoin. It's not Elon Musk. I don't think these people can even put a light to the fucking, pardon my French, medical health systems right now. It is, you want to talk about radical, it's insane. Insane. And you know, not for nothing, but the last time I was in the hospital here a month or so ago for renal failure, due to them having me on a steroid too long, and it was all their fault to begin with. All their fault. Nobody held accountability for any of it. And I'm charged for being in the hospital for 4 days because of it. What is that? Who does business like that? And what kind of patient care put me through all that I've had to go through while having my nose amputated and then having to go back for even a greater, more extensive surgery. And my body's literally in renal failure and nobody knew. There is something wrong with our health system. And I'm praying to God, somebody of power wakes up and says, you want to know why we're unhealthy? Because these people keep us unhealthy. Yes, it is our food. 100% agree. I don't eat most of the crap out there. Even if it means I eat less, which is a good thing, I refuse to do it. I eat because God created everything for us. We didn't need to do GMOs in our food and antibiotics and, pesticides and herbicides. No. What we should have learned is how to plant more efficiently. No. We want to genetically modify it. It's food. It's the very substance that allows your body to breathe. And you're going to genetically modify it and then think it's okay. You want to know why kids are autistic? You want to know why there's so much damn depression and anxiety? A lot of it has to do with their food. And the other part of it has to do with how people treat people. And sometimes somebody freaking address it. That's all I'm saying. God bless. Have a good day.